What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with another video on the channel, and today we have got a West Indian feast. I am so excited. Jamaican food, it is my roots. If you don't know, I am actually part Jamaican. Long story short, I had a different plan for today. I was supposed to meet up with a certain restaurant, but we had to reschedule. There was a lot of, holidays, so things were getting crazy. So we move. So I'm driving down the street in Hackensack, New Jersey, and all I see out of the corner of my eyes is Caribbean Kitchen. And I'm like, oh, hold on. So I had to stop. And I stopped, and I ended up landing at a place, I got the card, called Jerked, the Modern Caribbean Kitchen. I could smell it as soon as I walked in. I said, oh, they know what they're doing. They had the right music playing, and they had the right drinks. And I saw the menu and said, oh, we gotta do this. So let me give you the quick rundown. 2 different platters. I didn't want to go crazy because we got some stuff coming up for the week. So if you're digging the content, go ahead and hit a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that bell notification because there's been some crazy stuff this week. I'm getting so excited, you have no idea. Oxtails, you don't know what oxtails are. I talked about them a lot in my last videos when I talk about kind of my roots and my growing up. They're literally what they sound like, but you stew them for a long time in a nice gravy. You get the allspice. I just can't wait to get in there. Rice and peas, which they're beans, but West Indian, we refer to them as peas. But it's rice and beans, but they're super delicious. Mac and cheese, yes, West Indians eat mac and cheese too, especially the American version such as myself. So I had to get an order of that. Got those greens. Their greens look just, I have to get through this as fast as I can go. Curry chicken, stewed in a nice yellow curry. West Indian curry is different from Indian curry. The spices are different. They do have a similar smell a bit, but Indian curry has a little bit stronger. The West Indian's a little bit milder. Comparatively, just from what I've had in the past. But you stew that for a long time. You have potatoes in the curry. And I'm starting to drool, I'm not kidding. Like, this is not cap. White rice, of course, and I got some cabbage in the back. I got greens, 2 orders, so I do love it that much. On the side, if you know West Indian food, I saw this. I normally do not drink my calories, but I had to do it. Cola champagne, if you don't know about cola champagne, this is my stuff. And of course, any of my Jamaican fan, the ginger beer had to be here. Had to get them both. I never drink my calories. I'm looking at about 400 calories in liquid alone. So the meal isn't as big because, of course, we had to do it. Without further ado, I got to get into these oxtails. Oxtails got bones in them. Yes, they do, but they're super tender. And there's just, I just can't wait. I'm not even, oh my God. Yeah, that's rich. Oh, that is so rich. Let me give you one. This is what it looks like. It's literally how it comes. It looks like this. You see that bone on the inside, and you eat that outside part. And what you do is, because it falls right off the bone, just, you know what I'm saying? They take a long time to cook, but it's still worth it. You have no idea right now. I'm trying to hide my excitement, and I'm not doing very well. Let's get a little with the, because you got what you do. Okay, for those who don't know, what I like to do with the oxtails, right? You get a little bit of oxtail gravy, and you get it on the rice and peas. You got to get it on the rice and peas. Rice and peas taste delicious on their own, so I like to get a little piece of the oxtail in there. Oh man, okay. Who's coming in? Yeah, I'm drooling. Oh, they did it right. You are not familiar. You can tell the rice is nice and soft. So are the peas, or the beans as they call them. But just the flavor. you can see the smile on my face, man. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me see what they're doing with the mac and cheese. And I talked about this in one of my previous mukbangs when I don't really like the fast food versions of the mac and cheese. It doesn't have the same body that I guess like you would call a soul food mac and cheese. I don't know what people want to say, West Indian soul food, but growing up in my house, the mac and cheese looked a lot more like this. Okay, there's a lot of cheese, but it has more body, a lot more body. It's never runny. There's always a ton of cheese, and there is a cap, which they did give me, where you have the burnt cheese sitting on the top. I didn't even get it for you. Try and grab it. See this like hard piece right, man? That hard piece right there. That's the yum yums. That's what I call that. That's good. Sharp cheddar. That's what goes in mac and cheese. All the other fancy stuff, nah. This is down home mac and cheese, has just a ton of cheddar in it. There's no Gouda or fun. There it is. See that piece? See this? This is the top. That's what the top's gonna look like when you get mac and cheese, even in my house. Oh my God. Let me get those greens too. I wanna see how they did them. This is very important stuff. You don't know, I love West Indian food, man. Oh man. I wish y'all could come through to the crib and get you a plate and understand what it tastes like. This is the curry chicken. Big pieces of chicken. Always usually done with chicken thighs. A lot of times when I've done it, it looks like they did these with boneless, skinless. Normally in my house, and even with my West Indian friends, they would do it with actual like drumsticks, usually dark meat. But in this case, you can see they did it with, looks like boneless, skinless thighs to me, but I can see these are gonna be super tender. You need that rice too. You know what white rice looks like, you know. I haven't had West Indian food in a while. I haven't seen my family in a while. And I don't really eat at my family's house center. I don't live at home. My sister makes some fire curry chicken, fire oxtails. But this is right there. Considering this is coming from a restaurant that serves it cafeteria style, they got a kitchen in the back and they're cranking them out all day. I went inside, I checked it out. This is real deal. Like, this tastes like the Jamaican spots that I used to eat at when I was younger. And they have a little bit more of a modern twist on it. Because I rarely ever saw mac and cheese at Jamaican spots as a kid. In my house, we made it, obviously. I mean, black people make a lot of macaroni and cheese. No getting around that. But just look how tender that meat. I'm taking it off the bone. And it's so tender. I mean, and the gravy is super rich. Let me get a potato. Oh, I'm in heaven right now. I'm not gonna lie. The potato, you let that cook with the chicken, so it gets really, really soft, and it just absorbs all that flavor. And you get the cabbage. Yes, the cabbage. If you're gonna eat a lot of cabbage, I suggest that you stay away from people for a while. At least me. Cabbage gives me, you know, the poot-poots. What is on that? I actually love cabbage, believe it or not. My family makes a lot. My aunt makes bomb cabbage. They don't cook it as long as like my aunt does. My aunt does it, it's a lot more soft. But I'm getting like oil. Like they sauteed it almost. It's really good. I wasn't expecting the cabbage to slap like that. That was like because I just wanted greens with both, and I didn't want to go too crazy in the mac and cheese. And the dude is, you know, the West Indian dude, like, what do you want? I'm like, let me get the cabbage. And he looked at me, like he gave me the look, and I was like, all right, I made the right choice. That's really good, man. If you get a close-up, you can see there's like oil, and I guess like garlic cloves. Maybe allspice. Very popular in West Indian cooking is allspice. It's in a lot of things. You can taste it immediately. That's probably why I call it allspice. But none of this tastes like it came from a box or a can. It all tastes like it took forever to make. And it's well worth it. I gotta go back here. I gotta go back when I got full capacity. I might have to do a West Indian eating challenge or something, because, oh man, oh man. Normally I don't eat all the food in my mukbangs, but it's more. I purposely got less because I know I'm not gonna be able to stop eating this. But I gotta get to this. Cola champagne. Very popular in West Indian, but also in Latin America. They got like something similar. I don't know if you've ever heard like Inca Cola. I can smell that. It's so hard to explain. I don't know what the heck is in cola champagne, but I drank it a lot as a kid. A lot. Because it was always in my house. They ain't gonna tell you, because we don't like giving, like, if you ask a West Indian person how they make something, they ain't finna tell you. Like, just tell you. Ask my sister how she make her oxtails, and she's gonna look at you like, she don't even tell me. I swear to God, and I wanna know. She says she'll cook it for me one day, so I'm gonna have to do that, but. Yeah, hell no. It should just say natural and artificial flavors. Don't matter. I'll tell you what it tastes like, though. Y'all ever see... Okay, this is a weird one. Y'all ever see the movie A League of Their Own? It's with Tom Hanks, and he's the coach on an all-women's baseball team. It was during the war, World War II. And... long story short, because it's not even relevant to the movie. He has a drinking problem in the movie. So one of his players gives him a Coca-Cola in replace of, he had like a flask of alcohol. And it always looks so refreshing. Because in the movie, he grabs a Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola came in glass bottles back then, not so much now. And he grabs a cola and he goes, because it was like so refreshing. That's what that is for me right now. Oh man, I'm trying not to be a pig, but we might have to go in. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what I like the most. What I'm shocked by is that cabbage. Cabbage is one of those things, when you cook it that way, it's got to be done right. And my family has good cabbage. My aunt, my mother, my sister. On holidays, there's cabbage a lot. And also, you're not going to believe me, this is also true though. On my mother's side, we are part West Indian, but she's also part Irish. No crap. So, around the St. Patrick's Day, we do the corned beef and cabbage thing. And they got so good at it because my grandmother, who is actually Irish, my grandfather was West Indian. Give you a little family background. I just usually just say I'm like black and German because it's easier, but there's a lot of mixing going on in my family. So, oh, the curry got on the greens. It got on the greens. It got on the greens. It got on the greens. Hold on. This is gonna be like the illest bite. Cause you gotta get. Yeah, we going in, bro. I'm sorry. Like. Ain't time to be cute here. You gotta get, see this? I'm gonna show you right here. Hold on. Now clean the spoon. Alright. Hold on. Now pinch that. You see this? You see how that rice is yellow? That is gonna be like the bite. Like I know I'm starting to salivate again. You guys hear it? That's gonna be the bite. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's so good. Over the years, I've introduced a lot of people in my life, whether it was people I've dated, friends, you know, family members, teammates, to West Indian food, and they're always like, oxtails, curry, what? Right? Every single one of them. And I'm like, yo, come here, because I was actually gonna get goat, but they were about to close. And they were running out of goat, so it was like the bottom. So I picked the chicken instead. But West Indians, we eat a lot of goat too. And goat is fire. So I was like, they're like, goat. And I'm like, yo, just try it. And the flip, look at this. Look right here. Look right here. Look right here. I'm picking it up. You see that on the bottom? That the rice has got that yellow. That's the flavor. Like, this is the flavor. I know I probably seem extra as hell. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me. Y'all, you look, imagine if you're, whatever heritage you are, you know, whether you're white, black, Asian, you know, Latino, something. So, in this example, say you're you know, Mexican, and you haven't had Mexican food in like X amount of years. Like your mom's cooking, right? Tell me when you get some of them, like, you know, because I love Mexican food. Like, some of them tamales. That abuelita, she's hooking up in the kitchen. and you get that first bite. That's the feeling right now. And the flavor right here, because it's all getting on the rice. I asked the dude, I was like, yo, give me a little extra the juice, man. He knew, he knows. You know, it's one of those things like, oh, this the bite. I keep saying that. And I'll miss my whole mouth. If you think I'm not eating this off this table, first of all, I clean the table before and after every time I eat. Second of all, I'm not. I prefer spoons. I'm eating this, I don't care. Y'all can say whatever you want to. Y'all out here, I know, I'm not even gonna say none. Some of the stuff y'all put in y'all mouths. I'll leave it at that. Go on. This rice with the, oh my God, it's so good. I can't eat this fast enough. But imagine that, like when you get that first bite of like some kind of food you haven't had in a long time, but it's like part of your culture. I shouldn't go this long without eating West Indian food. I shouldn't. I was supposed to have oxtails this Thanksgiving. This was like God's plan. But I can't get them, you know. So I can't eat with my family this year, but that's cool. You know, we move. My sister makes the best oxtails that I've ever eaten. I will never tell her that. But she does. The one thing that turns off a lot of people from oxtails is I can't even eat this fast enough. There are a lot of bones in them, but the bones are usually like in big pieces. So there's like a trick to eating it. You can usually tell where the bone is, but you put it on in your mouth and you just bite softly. And the bone will usually, you'll get a little bite of it if it's in there, but they're big pieces. But if you poke with your fork, see, that's the bone. See, I got one right here. Ain't no thing. This mac and cheese is actually really good. This is really good. Really, really rich. I'm eating all this. If I can get my mouth, I'm sorry. I know y'all like when I talk my mouth full. Insane. 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 I'm coming back here. I found this completely on accident. I had heard there was, because I look, and I know that in certain places like around where I am, there's like a larger concentration of West Indian people, so you can get West Indian food, but this was like on a main road. Usually you got to go off the beaten path, and I had intended to. I just didn't get around to it yet. There's a lot of places to be eating right so far. Trust me, we've got a lot of genres and stuff that we haven't even gotten to yet. So, I'm driving, and it says Jamaican cuisine. I'm like, hold up, here? I'm like, this is where I'm going. I was debating where to go. The ginger beer. The ginger beer. The ginger beer. There's another thing I can tell you. A lot of West Indian people, myself included, that ginger is like heavy in there. Like if you don't like ginger, you won't like that because it tastes like, you can really taste the ginger. You know that bite that ginger has? But for me, it's got a little bit of sweet, but that sharp of that ginger. And you know, people, we all, and everyone says it, but you know, West Indians do the same thing. Ginger's big for your health. A lot of things that they did were because of China and like the trading outposts over the years. And in England, because England, I'm giving you history. England traded a lot with China and you know, countries over there. India as well. So that's where the influence comes from, where you get all this stuff. Over the years, it kind of came together. So it's like a mix between like African food, obviously, because of the reasons of how Jamaicans got there, and the Chinese and Indian food. You know, there's a heavy influence from all three of them. And over the years, more people came from different places. I love that about culture. So there's a lot of similarities between African food that I had, Ethiopian namely, but also with some certain things with Chinese who use 5-spice, which isn't allspice, but it still puts you in the mind of it. And obviously with the curry, curry is really just a spice blend. But Indian curry, Jamaican curry are different. But it's just a spice blend. But people might not realize that a lot of influences from most cultures, even things like pasta, noodles from China, and so on. There's a heavy influence in a lot of different food that we eat. You know, people in Italy don't even eat spaghetti meatballs. That is an American dish. Especially with like Americanized versions of stuff. You know, and we all have done it. For example, nachos with Mexican food. Like, Mexicans don't eat nachos, but they serve them here. I believe they're actually invented for American people that visited in South Texas or either North. It was during a certain... I'm in heaven right now, but you can see me nibbling on this oxtail to get all the meat. Gotta do it. But spaghetti and meatballs was invented here to Americanize a lot of food so that they would be able to serve everyone but besides just Italians. So even Chef Boyardee changed his name to his phonetic spelling, which is Boyardee, what you see on the cans. It was actually Boyardee, which is like B-O-I-A-R-D-I. That was just weird stuff. This is like, I don't know, I read a lot. And so on and so forth. One of the most popular Chinese food dishes was invented in San Francisco. General Tso's chicken, that wasn't invented there. That was here. So a lot of times with American stuff, they change and do different things. And it happened in other countries as well. Indian food is extremely popular in the UK because of the influx of Indians that went, because at one point India was a British colony. And you can usually trace history back to that kind of stuff. You know, just the influences that different people have had. Southern cooking, soul food. You know, Louisiana is huge with the Cajun stuff. There's a lot of French influence, African influence, Spanish influence. You know, jambalaya is I'm giving food history lessons. is similar to paella for a reason. But a lot of their influence also came from French cooking. Louisiana was named after King Louis. And along with that came the influence of, even now, a lot of things in Louisiana are spelled with a French influence. Oh, what did I just get? Focus for me, man. Stop. Here we go. I didn't realize there's beans in there. This is so good. I can't tell you enough. Normally I do not finish my meals. This is getting bodied. I know someone's gonna say it's not a lot of food, but it is very rich, which means there will be a lot of calories in it. But I don't care. When I saw this, and I smelled this, this just takes me back. Back. Like I feel like a little kid again. Back when I was a kid, I used to get my haircut, go to the barbershop, and there was a West Indian spot right next door to the barbershop. So me and my dad, my cousins, and as I got older, me and my high school friends, we used to get a haircut, and then sit outside eating beef patties. Have you ever had a Jamaican beef patty? It's like probably about this big. It's got flaky crust, and inside is meat. Usually beef. Obviously, they do chicken patties now in different kinds, but the beef patty is the OG. And you can get them like mild, which is still kind of spicy for people who like spicy food, or spicy, which is actually spicy, because you can get some spicy West Indian food. A lot of Scotch bonnets in their food, but a lot of times when they have restaurants, they only put it in certain stuff because you don't want to make stuff too spicy for someone who is just trying West Indian food for the first time. You know, same thing happens with Indian food. Like, they tone it down in a lot of restaurants because they don't want people to get turned off by the amount of spice that's in it. This is so good. Like, I can't eat this fast enough. I'm eating so fast. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm doing an eating challenge how fast I'm eating. But I'm telling you, I miss West Indian food so much. And to finally know that there's a spot that's not that far from me, you know, I can't just ask my family to cook it all the time. I will 120% be back to this place. Probably in the next few weeks. Because I want to get more. I want to try the rest. They had stewed chicken, ackee and saltfish. I don't know what I'm talking about, most of you. But I ain't even getting no festivals. There's supposed to be festivals in the back. There's no festival in my bag. It don't matter. Festivals are like a fried dough. It's really that simple. It's like breading and you just drop down. Almost like a hush puppy. But like they're longer. But similar, like in that kind of like tasting. I was supposed to get 2 festivals. It's supposed to be on the side of your meal. I even asked him. He said, yeah, it'll be in there. Get one in there. Yeah, alright though. Oh man. This is just... Y'all can see. Oh. Why do I keep moaning? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I really don't mean to keep doing that. I'm trying not to, but I feel it's coming again. I'm sorry. Those are just the bones. I gotta get back there. ASAP, ASAP. I'm so sorry. I hate burping too. Oh man. This is just... Oh, I'm so sorry for being so gross right now. I really am. And again, I had a different plan for today. I want to see, is there anything? There's nothing left. There's nothing. I do this with oxtails and my sister makes them too. Like, when I'm finishing the plate, I start looking to see if I can just get a little more. If you have West Indian food, the flavors are just bold and just vibrant and they're so good. And that just took me back. Like, I feel like I'm back, you know, I'm like 5 years old again. That's just, I love food, man. Like, people think, you know, I get geeked and excited about food. You know, why is he so extra? But for me, you know, food is like the great equalizer. Like, I keep saying like, because I'm searching for words. It is, excuse me again. I drank that soda really fast. You can have conversation through food. Everybody does everything through food. Whether you're celebrating or, you know, graduations, parties, you know, you have a bad day, food can kind of make you feel better. You shouldn't live to eat, but it still should, to me, be something that is enjoyable. And I just feel like it's a universal language, and you can learn so much about people and their culture through food. Whether you're, you know, like I said, from South America You know, the Caribbean, parts of this country, we talk differently through food. You know, New Jersey people don't eat the same stuff that California people eat, and the South people don't eat what people in even Texas, which is still in the South, but they don't eat what Florida people eat, or Georgia people eat, or go to Wisconsin and eat cheese curds. You know, like, go to Canada and eat poutine, or go to France and try like macarons, and you know, it's just, and so on. You learn so much through food to me, and I feel like Jamaican food, West Indian food for me is like, obviously near and dear to me, but it just tells you so much about the culture. Like, I can hear the steel drums when I eat this stuff. That's just how I live. Like, this is not a lie. This is who I am. I love being fit. I barely talk about fitness on this page. I want to make a second channel eventually, but I'm trying to pace myself because I'm putting out videos on a daily basis, and it's a lot of editing, and I still have my full-time job. So I don't want to start doing something and stop, because I've done that before. So I'm trying to gradually add to it. But I do love fitness, but I love food. Like, I was overweight for a large portion of my life, and even though I'm still, like, I'm in pretty good shape now, it is still something that I speak with about everybody that I know, including my clients that work out with me. You know, it just says so much about you. Like, there's nothing better to me than meeting a new family, a new culture, sitting down and breaking bread with that family. You know, I've done it with Polish people, Italian people, Japanese people, Filipino people, and the joy. Mexican people, when you sit down and everybody, it's the great equalizer. If everybody shut up and ate, we'd stop hating each other for stupid reasons, because I think that we're a lot more alike. That goes for, you know, black people, white people, you know, Europeans, Italians. We're so much alike, and we don't even realize it. And this is a reminder of that for me, because I grew up in a very diverse town, and we all got along and ate at each other's houses and got to know family members. And I knew my friend's crazy uncles. I did. He used to cut his lawn with a machete. But we all got along and broke bread, you know. And I feel like in this climate, you know, I'm not here to talk about like politics and stuff like that, but I just feel like there's a lot of divisiveness, and it doesn't need to be that way, because we're all a lot more similar than people think. So judge people based off their character and how crappy of a cook they are. Anyway, I gotta down this, because I gotta down this. Oh, 400 calories. Yeah, 400 calories, 180 and 220. Wow, that sucks. 400 calories in liquid, but whatever, we move. It is the holidays. I might have a small little video tomorrow. There's gonna be some crazy content coming soon, so I have to prepare for, you know, it's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna do content on Thanksgiving. So with that being said, I'm not sure how long it's gonna be before my next video. I'm gonna try to put something on tomorrow, maybe a review or something small, but we move. I love you guys. It's been real. This was so good. I recommend, if you have West Indian food, please go and try it wherever you are. Tell them you saw this dude on YouTube and he really liked it, and tell him, you know, you want the oxtails and like curry or stew chicken. That's a good starter. Start with something like that. Or even no, start with that. I mean, eat the goat if you could. If you don't, you can. Don't be afraid. It's good. Anyway, I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. I'm saying it. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.